Hi everyone, my name is Mario Alberto Sandoval Sanchez, and I am an English teacher at Centro de Idiomas in Veracruz. Today, I'm going to talk to you about healthy eating habits, specifically in the city of Los Angeles, in California. Okay. Now, when we consider eating habits from the United States, it's normal to consider the fast food industry, fast food restaurants. Okay, and what you have here is an example of traditional or typical American food. Yes, but it's you have to consider that it's unhealthy food. Yes, and so when we think about American culture and restaurants and all this, typically people consider hot dogs or hamburgers, donuts, different ways to prepare chicken, fries, yes, and then different types of foods from different countries. If you consider Chinese food, Italian food, obviously you have to consider that culture. But in the United States, it's also common to see fast food restaurants like Panda Express or pizza places that are American, typical American restaurants or fast food restaurants. Now, the reason why these restaurants exist is because it's cheap, yes, it's convenient, and it's delicious. And this is something that is important for the working class, people who work every day, people who have to study and work at the same time. It's very convenient to eat fast food. Obviously, it's unhealthy because it's high in calories. You have high sugars and unhealthy fats and cholesterol, and obviously, it's not healthy to eat fast food every day. So in the United States, maybe like around the year in the 90s, people started wanted to change their eating habits, and they wanted to consider this idea of being able to eat non-processed food, meaning that it was important for people to eat fresh and organic food. So one of the first markets, when I say the word market, it's exactly the way you think about it here in Mexico, a mercado, yes. And Trader Joe's was one of the first chains of supermarkets, but focused more on the idea of market produce as organic and fresh. And typically you can find seasonal fruit, uh, vegetables, meats, yes, and any kind of food that is considered organic and fresh, yes. And this is a supermarket that is you can find many chains in different cities. Today, one of the most important and biggest market supply chains that you can find in the United States is Whole Foods. Yes, and Whole Foods is a little bit different, even though they have the same idea of selling produce that is fresh and organic. They also combine the idea of selling prepared food that is fresh and organic. And you add the technological part. And today in the United States, you can any part of the United States, you can from your application from Prime, you can order fresh produce from a Whole Foods market, also prepared food, and it's easy, no? So it's not cheap, but it's organic produce. Talking about fruit, meat, and vegetables, and it's a food service that is convenient, and that's why it's so popular today in the United States. And this is not something new. A farmers market is not a new idea. It's something that has existed since the beginning in the United States, from New York, yes, and from California, especially from the Latino community. Farmers, people who grow, yes, fruits and vegetables, and also they have cows, which it's called cattle, but you have different types of food produce. Obviously, the produce, it comes from seasons. So in the spring, there's certain produce. In the summer, certain produce. In the fall, certain produce. And a farmer's market offers seasonal fruit, vegetables, and meat, which is healthy because it's organic, yes, and it's fresh. And this has always existed. Yes, in the particular case of Los Angeles, there are different areas where you can find farmers markets. Yes, one of the most famous is Grand Central Market in downtown LA. It opened in 1917. Yes, and in this particular case, you can find fresh produce, but you can also find prepared food. Obviously, not everything is healthy, but you have produce that is fresh, and that's what they use to prepare the food that they sell, which is the same idea as Whole Foods. And basically, if you ever want to visit Grand Central Market in Los Angeles, it's a perfect option to find fresh, organic food. Yes, and it's a Latino, Hispanic community, and basically, it's why do these markets exist? Well, because of our heritage as Mexicanos. It's a replica of what you can find here when you go to a mercado where you find fresh produce. And those habits have become very popular in the United States, but their origins are from immigrants in New York and the Mexican heritage that is in California. Yeah, so if you ever want to try healthy food, go to a local market and you'll find fresh and organic food. Opposite to the fast food industry that is unhealthy. Okay, that's it, and I hope you have an excellent day. Thank you for your time.